What's up, guys? Notorious here, and today I'm going to be presenting you guys a little bit of team deathmatch on Stronghold. Let's get this video started now. The NFC divisional round and the AFC divisional round, those were really good games. Seattle and Carolina. Carolina won. They almost choked, kinda. And New England, Kansas City, that was a nail biter. And Pittsburgh, Denver, that was a nail biter as well. And Arizona, Green Bay, that was a crazy finish, overtime. So, yeah, they were good games, and now we have. On the AFC side for the championship, on the AFC side we have New England and Denver at Denver, and on the NFC side we have Arizona and Carolina at Carolina. So I'm going to be talking about these two games and making a prediction on who's going to win, but I'm not going to tell you a score. I'm not really good at that. You never know how these games go. All you're doing is just predicting. Just having some fun with it, and see if you're right or wrong. That's all we can do is just see who wins and loses, because that's all we care about. I mean, we care about stats, all right, but we care mostly about who wins or loses in these particular games, because this game is your ticket to the Super Bowl or the ticket to going back home. So it's an important game. So yeah, but right now I'm gonna be talking about the New England Patriots and Denver Broncos, and according to the Vegas odds makers, they are favored to win by 3 points. New England at Denver, which is weird because Tom Brady, I think he's currently 2-6 at Denver. He's haven't had the best time in Denver. He has a winning record against every other team but this team. But who do I think is gonna win? I would go with Brady just because, I don't know about Manning. Manning had an alright outing against the Pittsburgh Steelers and, against the San Diego Chargers in the last game of the regular season. But at the same time, Denver's defense is amazing. It's like the number one ranked defense, number one in sacks, and they have a lot of talent. I can just go through the names. You can go Chris Harris, Aqib Talib, DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller. The list goes on and on with this. The talent that they have in Denver's defensive side of the ball. So, and offensively, Vernon Davis, you gotta show up, man. I've been rooting for this guy ever since he got traded from my team to Denver, and he hasn't really made an impact. He's been very minimal show up. He's pretty much been a no-show. His body's been there, but his mind hasn't been there. Like what Stephen A. Smith said. I think he left his hands in San Francisco. He left his heart there too, because I don't know what's going on with Vernon Davis. Injuries. Yeah, that's a big, that's a legitimate excuse. But at the same time, once you're healthy, he hasn't been doing anything special since that 2013 season with the 49ers when he scored like 13 touchdowns. He was on fire that year with Colin Kaepernick. So, and that was the last time they made the playoffs as well, when he was doing a really good job there. But I hope he shows up for this game. This is an important game, and the receivers, they have to stop dropping passes. Peyton Manning, so you can't blame all of it on Peyton Manning. If the receivers can't catch the ball, then what the heck can you do? There was a lot of drop passes against the Pittsburgh Steelers when they were playing on Sunday, and hopefully they get that fixed. And I don't think they're gonna get it fixed in time. They're gonna have to rely on the running game with Ronnie Hillman and C.J. Anderson. But New England, they are a freaking juggernaut on offense. Everyone healthy. You have a makeshift offensive line that's been rotating players like in and out this whole season. They haven't had really any consistency with the offensive line, and Rob Gronkowski, Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, his most important targets, they've been having knick-knack injuries, and Julian Edelman, he had a fractured Jones fracture, and that's pretty serious. So but for this game, based on everything I just talked about, Tom Brady, in the offense, and it looks really sus, the defense. There's a lot of banged up player. Chandler Jones, he had that little medical marijuana thing. I don't know what was that about, but Jamie Collins is a little knick-knack, and it's been pretty beat up. The New England Patriots have been beat up. So, but if this was in New England, I would give Denver no shot at this game, because Tom Brady is just amazing at home, and he would beat Denver if it was in New England. But unfortunately, this isn't Tom Brady's house of horrors in Denver. So I'm going to give the edge to Denver. Everyone's been talking about Tom Brady. He's going to do a better job than Peyton Manning. He probably will. But, I think the defense is going to cause a lot of pressure on Tom Brady. Tom Brady did play a very good Kansas City defense. But, Denver's a different ball game, though. Number one defense, they can get to the quarterback. They can play a lot of man. They do play a lot of man. So, but I'm going to just go with Denver. I just think that defense really is going to be the difference maker. And I think, Peyton Manning can, manage the game well. I can't believe I just called him a game manager, but, he can make some good plays, considering his age and, where he's at in his stage in his career. So I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. It'll be a nail biter, of course. My predictions, you never know. But it's going to be a close game, but I think the Denver defense pulls it off and goes to the Super Bowl for the AFC team representing this year. So yeah, so I'm going with Denver. Nail biter, maybe it'll be a couple points. It'll be at least a touchdown or less, 7 points or unders. I'm going with that. So for me, I'm going with Denver. Next up, Carolina and Arizona. According to Vegas odds makers, I'm gonna put a link in the description for this odds makers, but they favored Carolina by 3 points, and we just had a ice storm or not hailstorm, but freezing rain. It's been hell out here in Charlotte, and the Panthers did practice today on Friday, so they can get used to the weather. But Sunday is gonna be a perfect, beautiful, sunny weather. It's gonna be, I think, 40-something degrees, but that's in the daytime. But they play at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, what do I think about this game? I'm going to have to roll with Carolina. I think they're just so hot this year. Man, they're on the roll, but, except when they keep, almost giving away games, I mean, we had two instances, against the Giants when they were up 35-7, and the Giants end up coming back 35-35, and then Graham Gano had to kick a game-winning field goal, or the Seattle Seahawks, they blow them out 31-0. That's really impressive against the Seattle Seahawks, the two-time defending NFC champions, but at the same time, they did blow it. They almost did. They didn't blow it completely, but they did surrender 24 unanswered points, and Thomas Davis had to get the last onside kick, and they almost gave me a heart attack that time. Really, this would have been probably one of the biggest comebacks since the comeback with the Buffalo Bills and Houston Oilers back in the early 90s. So yeah, but Carson Palmer, he's been really hot. According to ESPN.com, Carson Palmer did lead all quarterbacks in QBR, which is, I guess a stat that I use just in my pocket. I don't really use that. I use passer rating, but yeah, he did led the league in QBR, and Larry Fitzgerald, he has found life, ever since that divisional round against the Green Bay Packers, and that was a nail biter, let me tell you that. And Aaron Rodgers, man, that Hail Mary 2 times in one season, man, that's amazing. And then the coin toss, and we all know about that. And Larry Fitzgerald pretty much saved their season for that round. Arizona had a lot of expectations for that game against Green Bay, and they ended up pulling it off. So yeah. But on the offensive side of the ball, I can go with all the talent with Carolina. I'm rolling with Carolina, by the way, if you guys don't remember. But Cam Newton, Jonathan Stewart, Greg Olsen, Ted Ginn Jr. If he's not dropping passes, he's known for that. And you got Corey Brown. You have a lot of good players on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, you have Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, Kawan Shore, Josh Norman. I could go on with this team. I know this team well, and Jared Allen has been ruled out for this game. That's kind of sad. I wanted him to play, but it's whatever. But yeah, but for this game, I'm gonna go with Carolina. It's gonna be a nail biter again, and it's gonna be really cold in Charlotte. But I'm gonna go with Carolina and going to the Super Bowl. So Denver versus Carolina in the Super Bowl, and I'll give you my Super Bowl prediction when the time comes in probably a week or two before the Super Bowl actually starts. So yeah, but I think that's everything, you guys. I'm going with Denver and Carolina for the Super Bowl. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys liked it, then please like the video. Please comment, subscribe, do whatever you want with this video, and I'll catch you guys up in another video. So peace, guys.